In the ancient world, when gods walked among mortals, and they will shape the very fabric of existence, there was one tale that echoed through the ages. It was a story of Perseus, a hero born of divine intrigue and fate, a mortal destined to defy the impossible. King Perseus of Argos, a ruler consumed by fear and pride, sought to evade a prophecy that would seal his doom. The oracle of Delphi had spoken. His own daughter, Danae, would bear a son who would one day take his life. Terrified by the omen and desperate to outwit fate itself, Perseus imprisoned Danae in a bronze tower, a prison where no man could reach her, guarded by thick walls and heavy gates. But not even mortal constraints could bind the will of the gods. Poseidon, lord of the sea and brother to Zeus, saw Danae's sorrow and beauty from the depths of his watery kingdom. Descending in a shower of golden light, he entered her chamber, and from their divine union, Perseus was conceived. When Perseus discovered the child, his rage was boundless. He could not bear to kill his own blood nor risk the wrath of the gods, but neither could he allow the child to live. In a cruel act of desperation, he placed Danae and her newborn son into a wooden chest and cast them into the relentless sea, abandoning them to the mercy of the gods and the tides. The sea, however, was not their grave. Guided by Poseidon's will, the waves carried them safely to the distant island of Seriphos, where a kind fisherman named Dictys found them. He raised Perseus as his own, teaching the ways of the sea, the sword, and the strength of honor. Years passed, and Perseus grew into a man of remarkable courage. But danger found them once more. Polydectes, the tyrannical king of Seriphos, desired Danae and sought to rid himself of Perseus. Devising a treacherous scheme, Polydectes demanded that Perseus fetch the head of Medusa, one of the three Gorgon sisters whose gaze could turn any man to stone. No mortal had ever dared such a quest, but Perseus, bound by pride and duty, vowed to succeed. The gods, admiring his bravery, gifted him tools for his trial. From Hermes came winged sandals, swift as the wind. Athena bestowed a reflective bronze shield, polished to mirror perfection. Hades lent a helm of darkness to render Perseus invisible, and Hephaestus granted a sword, sharp enough to sever stone. Guided by divine wisdom, Perseus sought to agree three ancient sisters who shared a single eye and tooth between them. Cunningly, he stole their eye, forcing them to reveal the location of Medusa's lair, a desolate wasteland where death itself held its breath. Within that cursed land, Perseus advanced, his heart a storm of fear and resolve. Around him lay the petrified remains of men and beasts alike, their final expressions frozen in terror. He dared not meet Medusa's gaze, using the polished shield to track her movements. The Gorgon, with serpents for hair and eyes of green fire, was a monstrous vision of dread. As she slept, Perseus struck. With a single, precise blow, he severed her head. From her blood sprang Pegasus, the winged horse, and Chrysaor, a warrior of gold, clutching Medusa's head in a sack. Perseus fled as her enraged sisters pursued him, the helm of darkness hiding him from their vengeance. On his journey home, Perseus encountered yet another cruel injustice. By the shores of Ethiopia, the princess Andromeda lay chained to a rock, condemned to be devoured by a sea monster sent by Poseidon himself. The people, desperate to appease the gods, had sacrificed her for their sins. Moved by compassion and valor, Perseus vowed to save her. As the monstrous beast rose from the depths, a colossus of scale and fury, Perseus revealed Medusa's head. turning the creature to stone in an instant. The people rejoiced, and Perseus claimed Andromeda as his bride. Returning to Seriphos, Perseus found his mother still tormented by Polydectes. Without hesitation, he stormed the palace. When the tyrant mocked him, Perseus unveiled a Gorgon's head, turning Polydectes and his cruel followers to lifeless stone. Justice was swift and final. With peace restored, Perseus placed Dictys upon the throne and journeyed to Argos to face his own fate. Yet destiny is a cunning force. In a fateful competition, Perseus hurled a discus, and by cruel chance, the disc struck an old man in the crowd, King Acrisius, his grandfather. Thus, the prophecy was fulfilled not by malice, but by the unrelenting hand of fate. Perseus, grief-stricken yet wise, refused the throne of Argos. He instead founded the city of Mycenae, where his bloodline would give rise to heroes and kings. His deeds pass into legend, his courage immortalized in the constellations above. And so, the tale of Perseus endures, a testament to courage against impossible odds and the inescapable nature of fate. For even gods cannot rewrite destiny. They merely guide those brave enough to meet it. And now I ask you, dear listener, if the gods place your destiny in your hands, would you fight it or would you embrace it?